Do you know about the Ripple co-founder clash with Bitcoin fanatics? And why did it happen? Also, New York is about to pass a bill that could be the first step toward banning top cryptocurrencies like XRP. Stay tuned till the end of the video to find out. But first, we are giving away 25 XRP coins at the end of the month to one random subscriber to start on their XRP journey. All you need to do is to like the video, subscribe and comment your thoughts on XRP in the comment section. So, just a few weeks ago, the Bitcoin community slammed the billionaire crypto founder, Chris Larsen, on Twitter after he announced a $5 million campaign on Monday to encourage Bitcoin to change its mining system, use less energy, and become more environmentally friendly. Judas was the nickname given to him by the head of a major crypto research platform, and things only got worse from there. There were thousands of social media accounts expressing their displeasure with the campaign, as well as snarking at Larsen himself. So, what exactly happened? All of this began when Larsen began to advocate for Bitcoin transition away from its current proof-of-work model, which relies on crypto mining to validate transactions. As part of Larsen campaign, which includes digital advertisements and collaboration with organizations like Greenpeace and the Sierra Club, he is advocating for Bitcoin to significantly change its method of mining in order to be less energy-intensive and, as a result, more environmentally friendly. And in a press release, Michael Brune, executive director of the Sierra Club, suggests that a proof-of-stake model could be implemented, which would eliminate the need for mining entirely, or that the proof-of-work method used for Bitcoin mining could be modified to be less energy-intensive, both of which would reduce the need for mining. However, Bitcoiners were outraged, because they believe Larsen demands are unreasonable, and that changing the cryptocurrency mining method is virtually impossible. They also questioned his motivations because he is associated with a currency that is in competition with Bitcoin. And Nick Carter, the co-founder of Coinmetrics and founding partner of crypto VC Castle Island Ventures, tweeted that, "As a Bitcoin node operator and member of the Bitcoin High Priesthood that controls the protocol, I have duly considered Ripple and Greenpeace request to eliminate POW from Bitcoin, and I hereby deny it." What do you think? Is Chris Larsen wrong here? Well, miners compete to solve complicated riddles in order to verify financial transactions. This is the proof-of-work approach that Bitcoin is presently operating under today. With each properly solved problem, transactions are verified and put to the blockchain, and the process is repeated. In order to complete this procedure, costly computers and a lot of energy are required. And Larsen told Fortune that he completely supports proof-of-work, but that he would want to see it modified in a manner that encourages miners to operate with less energy and compensates them for eliminating carbon from the environment. The specifics of how this might be accomplished are unknown, and Larsen does not provide any specifics. He said that, "The whole question here in my mind is, could you find a codebase that is just as secure, but can do that? Then, you have an incentive for every miner to be on the solution side, not the problem side." Well, the transformation of famously energy-intensive Bitcoin miners into part of the climate solution would be the holy grail in his eyes, according to him. What would it take to make Bitcoin more secure? What do you think? As the Bitcoin community believes Larsen's effort is unrealistic, and Bitcoin is not controlled by a single organization or entity, any proposed modification to its blockchain protocol must be approved by a majority vote of the whole community in order to be implemented. However, even if it were to pass, the present proof-of-work mining methodology would not be rendered obsolete. For the new code to work, Bitcoin miners would have to agree that their software would need to be updated. And this might result in a hard fork, in which Bitcoin is divided into two separate blockchains. Even in that case, it is unclear how a new code would enable Bitcoin miners to contribute to the reduction of carbon dioxide in the environment. Larsen is also ambiguous on this point, and his campaign has not provided any further information on it. Finally, there is the broad admiration for proof-of-work that Bitcoiners have for the technology to begin with. Many Bitcoin holders argue that it is vital to maintain the decentralized and secure nature of the blockchain. Well, many people have speculated about Larsen's reasons for launching the campaign on the internet. Some people are baffled as to why he did not submit a proposal to the Bitcoin community himself, rather than funding online advertisements claiming that the Bitcoin code should be changed. Others questioned why he was concentrating just on Bitcoin and not on the thousands of other cryptocurrencies that use proof-of-work technology. When asked about his campaign objective, Larson said that it intended to raise awareness that there is an issue. And also the denial is the problem that is prevalent in the environmental movement. According to Larson, he also added that Bitcoin is an anomaly among other cryptocurrencies, the bulk of which are moving away from proof of work as a method of verifying transactions. For example, Ethereum is proposing to switch from proof of work to proof of stake, which would render mining on that blockchain outdated. And according to the Cambridge Center for Alternative Finance, Bitcoin consumes slightly more energy each year than Norway, with 138.6 terawatt-hours compared to 124.3 terawatt-hours, according to their estimations. Keep it proof of work if that is important to you, just as secure, but in a way that does not incentivize all this energy use. That is really the heart of the issue, Larson said. Furthermore, this coming week, the New York State Assembly is expected to vote on a proposal to prohibit cryptocurrency mining in the state. The law, which was adopted by the lower house in March, has received a great deal of opposition from the cryptocurrency community. Multiple unions and communities in New York have expressed strong opposition to the proposed legislation, which goes by the number A7389C. These groups include Independent Power Producers of New York, the Blockchain Association, and other crypto lobbyists. According to the proposed legislation, cryptocurrency mining enterprises that employ proof-of-work authentication techniques, such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, would be prohibited from operating for a period of time. The primary problem raised by the law is the economic effect of cryptocurrency mining, which is energy-intensive. The law, on the other hand, was met with fierce resistance from labor unions, trade groups, and crypto communities. In response to the law limiting corporate activity in the electricity supply industry and implementing a restriction on licenses for power plants, the Independent Power Producers of New York expressed their dissatisfaction with the legislation. Also, the European Parliament rejected a proposed ban on proof-of-work currencies earlier this year. The proposal had also been reviewed for its environmental effect, which included Bitcoin. Additionally, Mayor Eric Adams of New York City opposes the crypto mining legislation since he understands the benefits of cryptocurrencies and crypto mining. The crypto community is committed to reducing emissions by utilizing energy-efficient resources and equipment. Aside from that, numerous crypto-related organizations, like the Blockchain Association, have launched efforts to prevent New York lawmakers from placing a ban on cryptocurrency mining. People are being urged to contact their state assembly representatives and beg them to vote no on the measure because it threatens employment and creativity. Crypto mining groups believe that the law does not do enough to mitigate the damage on the environment since it just prohibits the use of power in crypto mining activities in New York. Miners may easily relocate to adjacent states to begin operations, but this will have a negative effect on New York as the state developing crypto mining business departs the state. It would relegate the state to a second-tier position in the crypto innovation race. Well, if Bitcoin, the top crypto, gets a ban, then who is there to stop them from banning other cryptocurrencies? What do you think? Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Kindly note that the prices of cryptocurrencies frequently change, so by the time you watch this video, it might have changed to a whole new value. The information provided in this video does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice, and you should not treat any of the content as such. The content in this video is for educational purposes only and hence should not be considered financial advice. Do conduct your due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.